All right, I'm going to let you in, Jay. Here we go. Thank you, Emoji J, for that. How's everybody doing today? Hello, welcome to Lessons Learned. I am Silly Lily, and we have OG Lucky and we have Mischievous on the show today. And I am really excited because I love when I have one of my ladies on the show. Hi, Wish. I love having my ladies on this show. Don't get me wrong, I love everybody on this show, but you know, certain people hold a special place in my heart, and she's gonna pack a punch. And I get to meet Mischievous today for the first time, and I'm very excited about that. I feel like he's got a pretty decent message to pass along to you guys as well. But before we get started, I like to run through a few things. For one, we are not professionals, okay? None of us are professionals, all right? This is simply something that we've experienced in life, something that made us second guess a way of being and make changes to better ourselves. Okay, so this is, we might be professional smarty pants, you know, or professional blabbermouths. You know, we got a lot of professions on here as streamers, but we're not professional therapists. So I do highly recommend, if you're going through something, please see a therapist. I seen one, and I'm telling you, she changed my life. Okay, so just do it. Okay, they're amazing. So don't be afraid. If you don't know Emoji J, he is my admin. He does a lot for me. He finds my guests. He does my introduction. He helps me make banners. And he's an amazing soul, you guys. So if you don't know Emoji J, or if you have events or you need any help, please reach out to him on Instagram. He will post that information for me below, so I don't have to remember it, because again, goldfish memory. It is what it is, guys. If you know me, you know that's how it is. OG Lucky, I will have you go first today, if that's it was requested. So if that's okay with you, I feel like we'd be okay with that. Okay, sweet. So again, if you're just tuning in, this is Lessons Learned. I'm Silly Lily, and we're about to talk to OG Lucky. And then in the middle, we have a self-care segment, because I'm telling you, I didn't realize how much self-care I lacked until I looked into it. And I was like, wow, I don't really care about myself very much, do I? And I've started making these little changes, and they really, truly help. So we'll do that in the middle. Now, before we get started, though, I would like to do a Q&Q, which is what he was in the introduction there. And I end the show asking this quote. I do a quote and a question. I end the show every week, and then we begin the next week with it. So this one's was, you may be disappointed if you fail, but you are doomed if you don't try, right? So my biggest fear is failing, right? I fear failure more than anything. And it, up until a few years ago, controlled me, right? Fear controlled me, because if I don't try, I can't fail. But what I neglected to realize is by not trying, I'm automatically failing. Hello? Excuse me, can you wake up? Hello? You know? Like, It's just one of those things where you know, I don't know. For me, I don't know if I have the volume on. Thank you. Okay, good. So anyway, so you may be disappointed if you fail, but you are doomed if you don't try. What food would you like to try that you have never eaten? Okay. What food would you like to try that you have never eaten? I tried sushi for the first time a couple years ago, and a bacon smothered in bacon, says X. What are some foods you guys want to try? Ox, okay. You want to try dog food? I think that you're a troll, but that's okay. As long as you're not mean, we'll let you stay. Crocodile, okay. Buffalo, oh, ooh. So I've never had, and actually, in Frankie's, what is a Wagyu steak? Is that what them big, huge hunks of chunks on the big old bones? That's what I want. Where you pay like $100 for the dinner? I'm going to get me one of them someday. Not the horse. It's a huge steak. I wish he was in here so I can ask him. Booyah was talking about it. Or no, B Hill was. Anyways, so then we also have horse meatballs, emoji J, the tomahawk steaks. There you go. There you go. Ooh, thank you, X. You guys, I do want to thank you in advance for all the gifts and all the favorites. As once my guests get in the box here, Lucky, when you're ready, let me know. I'm not just going to bring you in the box without, hi, Mischievous. Mischievous, I'm going to make you red just because you never know who may come in and try to cause a ruckus. So I like my guests to be in red. Sorry about that. There we go. Now everybody is safe. Yes, of course. Okay, so Lucky's in and ready. Now, you guys, again, we're not professionals, okay? We're not professionals. We're just two people. OG Lucky's been through some things. She's going to share her story with you guys. Please be respectful. I have a stream of red here, and if you are disrespectful to anybody in the stream, my guest or myself, you will instantly be removed. I don't have second chances over here during my show, okay? So please just be respectful, especially to my guest. You ready, OG? Let's jump into this. I'm just gonna let you hop in, and I'm gonna let you just get ready. And thank you so much for being here. Oh, I'm so excited, you guys. I don't know if you guys can tell, but when I get one of my girls on here, I'm like, wah! I get really crazy happy. So it's just the way it is.
Hey, Lily.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
So excited you're here. So Lucky, thank you again for being here and coming to share your story with us. Go ahead and just tell us, what are we going to be talking about? And then I'll kind of chime in with questions when I have them.
I don't know. Like, I just, one of the things I was thinking about this, I have a lot of lessons. Thank you, Phil. I have a lot of lessons, you know, as you know, like things that's going on in my life. But one thing that's been hitting hard this last week, I have a lot of anniversaries. All 3 times I was diagnosed with cancer was in July. All 3 times. And so I was thinking a lot yesterday, or the past few days, about where I was this time last year. And I didn't know you last year, but some people knew me last year. I was diagnosed with inoperable cancer. And last summer at this time, I couldn't walk without a cane. I could barely walk. Every cell in my body was telling me I was dying. I didn't think I'd be here today, you know? And here I am. You know, I just went to Pittsburgh for 2 days with my best friend from high school, and we went to a Dead concert. And I just walked a mile into the concert and a mile back out of the concert without a cane, without anything. And I was thinking, I started crying because I was not sad tears, but tears like, you know, I'm just amazed. I'm shocked. It's kind of a weird thing. So I guess I don't know what lesson you would take out of that, you know?
Maybe
I don't.
I'm hearing, first of all, is acceptance with what you're going through and the strength to fight, you know, the strength to push through. I think the first question that comes to mind for you is what was your, like, what did you, hold on, the questions are all right here. in the proper form. So I have to write
I'm
them down,
sorry.
otherwise I word them funny and you guys are like, what is she talking about? What positive things did you use to help you get through some, like, the worst days? You know, like what was it that you looked for, or you held on to, be it in your heart or family or
This last time, well, the first time was my fiance, but he passed away after I got diagnosed the second time. So these last two times I've kind of been by myself. And honestly, Meet Me, a lot of people, not Meet Me and all everybody, but there's people from this app that has really helped me, that really helped me last year through the like those 6 months, um, talking to me every day, calling me to see if I'm okay, making me laugh. That's the most important thing. I'm on here to laugh and have fun. I don't have the energy for the drama and the bull. I don't have it. And so I come on to laugh and have fun, and all this is like kind of uplifted my spirits a lot and kind of put me out of my comfort zone and made me strong in a lot of ways, a lot of ways more than I ever thought I would be. So I
um
guess it's that and myself. I mean, like I was thinking about it. It's not a miracle. I fought my ass off. I've been fighting my ass off.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. um
yeah.
how did you change, like, your mindset? Because I'm sure at first it was a harsh, oh my god, you know, I just, I guess for me, I was told that I might possibly have it, and I had to go through some tests, and it turned out mine was benign. So, like, but my instant, like it was so scary. Like, it was, I'm gonna cry just talking about it. Like, but how did you change your mindset to take the fear to help you strive and to help you push through it? Like, what was it, like, was there something that clicked in your brain one day and you were like, no, I'm not gonna give up, I have got to do this?
I don't really know. Like I have a genetic disorder, and it's really strong in my family. So everyone in my family dies by the time they're 50 of this cancer. All my uncles, everybody. Um, so I kind of already expected this. So when I was told, it was like a shock. I was upset, and I took a day and like bawled around. But then it's like you kind of go into this fight mode. It's like you go into this mode where you fight and you're just continuously fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. And then when it's over with, like it's gone, then you get out of that mode and it's kind of like a shock to your system. And I know this last couple times, I think my fiance's memories what got me through it. Knowing it, how much he wanted me to live and how much he gave of himself for me to live, you know, and how selfish it would be for me to give up for him. So I think that's a lot of what got me through the last couple of times.
Right, right. um so you've said you've been fighting this battle, this is your third round?
Yeah, 2015 was the first time I was diagnosed with stage 4. And then 2017, I was diagnosed with stage 2. And then this time it's inoperable. Yeah. It's at like the base of my spine, like right on my tailbone.
That's so are you fighting now? Are you in remission?
It's never going to go away. I'm going to be on treatments for the rest of my life. Right
Okay.
now, I'm on immunotherapy, and it did shrink it a little tiny bit, like maybe like 13%. We think we're not really sure if it was the radiation or if it was immunotherapy. But the goal is just for it not to get worse. The goal is not to cure it because they're basically saying I'm incurable. It's just to not get any worse. My fear is that one day I'm going to wake up and not be able to walk. You know what I mean? Because of where it's at. It does goofy things to me sometimes, like with my legs, or it does weird stuff to my nerves, stuff like that. But like I said, I've been doing a lot better. I started volunteering. I started, just
So
trying to live. You got to live because you can't let something. I was really depressed. I was very depressed. I'm not gonna lie. I've been suicidal pretty much too. I'm not gonna lie either. But we all go through problems, and we can't let this stuff beat us down because I might have 1 year to live. I might have 10, but I don't want to sit here and cry the whole time. I wanted to make the most of the time I got.
Right. I mean,
So,
it medical treatment is coming a long way, and hopefully, hopefully we can up the ante on the medical end. Um, Now,
yeah.
and one of the other questions I like to ask, and you kind of already answered it, was your support system. And to me, hearing you say how the people on this app really helped you, they've gotten me through a lot too. And sometimes they don't even know that I'm having like, going through certain things, and to get on this app and to have people like Quinn, she's in here. She has a featured show on Sunday nights at 10 o'clock. For those of you guys that don't know, but she reached out to me. She didn't see me on for a couple of days. She knew I had a rough day the day before, and she's new to me. She didn't have to do that, but to me, that says something about her. So, and I don't see comments right now, you guys. I turn them off so that I pay attention to her. So, welcome to Lessons Learned. I'm Silly Lily. This is OG Lucky, and we're talking about fighting through. She's got cancer, and it's not something that's going to ever go away. So we're learning how she stays positive and things that she does. And I was asking her about her support system. Now, do you have, other than through Meet Me, is your support system pretty strong?
I do. I mean, I can't complain. I mean, I see people that have nobody. I have my mother, she's not the greatest because I don't mean it like that, but she has a hard time. Me and my sisters both had cancer. So, like, within the past 10 years, she's had a daughter that's had cancer nonstop, you know? So she's a little wacky about it. So it's kind of hard because I can't really talk to her. Um, and but I mean, I have friends. I have a lot of friends, stuff like that. I'm not alone. Alone. Sometimes you feel alone when you're really not. You know.
So you said you started to volunteer. How does that, is that something you feel is gonna, like, actually, like, because you said that it's important that we live our life. It's important that we keep doing things that make us happy, to push through these days. So are you excited to get that on the ball? Like,
Yeah, it's kind of like having a job again. I mean, I know it sounds stupid, and everybody that works is going to be like, "What are you talking?" But the worst thing in the world is not working. Not having structure to your life, not having something to make you wake up in the morning. I don't have kids. My fiance's dead. Like, there's nothing for me to wake up for, right? So, like, it's really given me something to, like, a reason to do, and like, it's like having a job again. And, I know that I'm putting more in than most volunteers do, but that's because I feel like it's my job, like, I'm just excited to have somebody that needs me to do something that's, meaningful, not something selfish on their part, like, or mine. So,
so I don't know, for those of you that weren't listening, but for those of you in the peanut gallery that didn't turn your ears on to hear what she just said, by helping others, it actually helps yourself. So when you're really upset or you're down and out and you're, oh, poor me, put yourself aside and try to do something for somebody else and watch how much better you feel. I didn't understand that till I got older and I started to do volunteer stuff myself. And it definitely makes you appreciate what you have and where you're at a lot more, depending on the type of volunteer work you do, right? Like, I was in this whole pity party for myself for a while, and I had to get out of it because it was silly. Like, I have got a roof over my head. My health was, this was kind of sort of when I was possibly diagnosed. But I don't know. It's just crazy how helping others really does get you through things. Um, what else? What else you got for us? Anything else you think that? I mean, I'm here
yeah,
and help. I'm here and stay active. I'm here and stay busy. Follow your treatment. Fight your battle. And I'm hearing a
yeah,
lot.
and it's just like appreciate the small things, appreciate all the small things. Like, one thing, like, and you can get good out of bad too. That's another lesson I want to tell people. Good things come from bad things. All right. Like, people say to me all the time, and I'm like, I would never take back having cancer the first time. And that sounds stupid and weird. But during that period of time, me and my fiance got so close that never would have happened had I not been sick. He took great care of me. I never would have seen that side to that man that I saw, you know. And then he passed away, and thank God I got to see that side to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's something that I hold real dear. So every bad thing does have good come out of it if you try to look hard enough for it. It might take years to find it, but you know,
um, I I'm sorry for your loss. First of all, I'm I'm trying to stay on the positive end of it. You've literally fought through some things that I can't imagine having to go through, and I've that is mad love and respect. And I said nothing but positive vibes and massive air hugs your way, Lucky. I know it's not easy to talk about. I know it's not easy to talk about, but you are an amazing soul, and you're doing a lot to help this app. You're having a lot of fun activities, and you are staying busy. And you are a hell of a fighter. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that on here, but I don't care. I'm sorry. Don't yell at me. HE double hockey sticks of a fighter. So before we let you go, I took a lot in, and I know you're like, oh. So why don't you tell us what events you have coming up? What can we find when we're in your stream? Do you have IG, Snapchat, all that fun stuff?
oh yeah, I have IG. It's OG Lucky. It's on my profile. You can just click to it. Tonight I have my first ever battle. It's a fiver battle in a battle royale. You can always go up and shoot me a fiver if you want. I need every fiver. I'm really nervous. And I do a cancer. I've started a cancer support group thing on Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock. Um, it's not limited to cancer. It's limited to caregivers, people that are just going through some crap in their lives. I'm still trying to, figure out exactly how I run it. But basically, it's just to give people information, for people to talk to each other, for people to know that other people are out there that have problems. It's not just me. It's not just you.
What
You
night?
know,
The cancer
it's
group.
it's Wednesday nights at 9 p.m.
I'm writing it down so I put it on my calendar so I start telling people. And then
And like I said, my battle. That's about it. So much right now. I kind of been doing a lot, and I'm taking a break for a couple weeks. I think, like not
I
scheduling so much.
what? I had to do that
You
last
know,
week. I was like,
I've been on everything.
all right. So yeah, you guys, she's got cute little boards. She's got a fun little, she puts your name and stuff, hangs out. She's got a fun little setup going on behind her, 9 times out of 10. Let's see, what else did we miss? You got the upcoming shows, you got the battles, we've got your IG. If there's nothing else, I'll let you go. And I just thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Lily. You have a good day. Good luck in your battle. And thank you all for the
You
gifts. I didn't
too.
thank you
Good
all
luck.
separately, but
Good luck,
thank you
Lucky.
all.
You
All
lucky.
right, you too. You too.
All
Have
right.
a good
Thank
luck.
you, thank you, thank you. You guys, that was
Bye.
OG Lucky. We have Mischievous up in about 10 minutes, maybe a little less depending. Um, but if you're just tuning in, this is Lessons Learned. I'm Silly Lily, and you just missed OG Lucky and her story. She's battling cancer. She lost a fiance while battling cancer, and she has stayed positive. She stayed strong. She is pushing forward. She's still fighting, and she volunteers to help others. Like I am mind blown at the positivity that radiates from this woman. Okay, so you guys, if you don't know OG Lucky, please favorite her and go talk to her. Okay, she's gone through some stuff, and if she can sit here and put that beautiful smile on her beautiful face, so can we. But now we do a little bit about self-care, self-love. How many of you guys do self-care? How many of you guys have self-care? How many of you guys take time out of your day to do something just for yourself? Enjoy. Oh, to answer your question, it's tonight at 10:30. You can only lot of weight. So I still unfortunately see myself as that, you know what I mean? That's how I still look at myself. So, but that's not how people see me. So for me, I have to be positive about myself, because otherwise people who are on the same journey are going to be like, well, if she's still miserable, what's the point? You know, why should I push and try if she's still not happy with herself? So learning to love myself has been a hell of a journey, and this has been something that's really helped me, is this whole self-care nonsense. But now I have 2 to 3 questions for you, depending on how long it takes you guys to answer. Okay, 25 self-care questions. The first one that it asks you is, how do I feel at this moment? Like, if you're in a moment and you're feeling some kind of way, you're on a date, you're out with your friends, you're sitting alone reading a book, or just right now, how do you feel? I'm tired, but I'm excited. I love my show. You know, I'm stressed. There's a lot. I have a lot that I feel. So instead of allowing the bad, I'm putting the positive in front. You know, content and blessed, stressed out maybe. I feel fantastic and excited, says Boop. I'm in a good mood. Marie feels great. Bella gives me kisses. Excited, says Naughty Man. Right? So but I asked this question because if you're feeling some kind of negative way, walk away from it. If you're questioning it, and it doesn't make you happy, if it causes you stress, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. It's, you can, you can still think about it or whatever, but don't let it control your day. Don't let it ruin what's going on, because just like OG Lucky said, every single one of us has gone through some stuff, or bad Lily. We've all gone through stuff. We're going through stuff now, or there's stuff that we don't know what to head. Okay. But it's important that we stay positive. We reach out to our friends when we need them. It's, all right. Now the last question, Mischievous, I'm going to have you in after we do this question. So let me know if you're ready, love. What makes you the happiest? What makes you the happiest? I want to hear what you guys have to say. Maria says love. What in life makes you happiest? Maybe sugar-free latte. My kids, helping people, your family and friends. Peach, being content with my life. Yeah. So I think what makes me happy right now is, for one, being on here and finally, and this is going to sound really silly. This really is going to sound silly, but I'm actually allowing people into my life. I'm allowing people to get to know me off of this screen. I've met a few people on here. I've met McDreamy. I've met Chad. I've met Love Me, Love My Dragon. I've got to meet Sunny. I've got to, well, I don't think Citrus is on anymore, but I've got to meet some really amazing people. I met Dan. And there some of them I talk to, some of them I don't talk to anymore. But the point is at one point in my life, they brought me happiness because I reached out. Now, sometimes, yeah, people cause pain and they leave, but we must remember that people come and go. Some people are forever, and some people are put in your life to boost you, to give you, a different way to see things, a new light, a different perspective. Okay, so when you meet some people, you've got to know that although, not everyone's meant to stay, but your people will. But why not have fun in the meantime? Like, I didn't make friends because people would leave. Well, now I am alone because I didn't let a lot of people in. And it's not that people don't like me. It's not that people haven't tried. I was afraid. I am even with my friends, I fall hard and I fall fast. And that doesn't mean, oh my God, I'm in love with my friends, but it means that you instantly, like, I've not met Kitty Commander, but if I've talked to her and she's become a humongous part of my life over the last few weeks, if she were to disappear from my life, it would hurt. It would hurt. If for some reason I lost her, it would fucking show that's twice. It would hurt. Oh, stop it, Lily. I got to stop getting so serious. We're going to have to get Mischievous in the box. It would hurt, you know? So can you imagine if I put actual love into that, like to actually have feelings for a relationship? That's why I've been single for so long. But again, my biggest fear is dying alone. My brain stinks. It's just like, we're just going to confuse you forever, right? Like, let's just run you in this vicious circle, okay? All right, Mischievous, I am done because that is 2 or 3 bad words that I'm not allowed to say. And I'm going to have to get you in the box so that we can get out of my self-care, self-love heated conversation there. Hello? All right. Mischievous, I'm going to wait for you to say go. And again, if you guys are just tuning in, this is Lessons Learned. I'm Silly Lily. We had OG Lucky on, and she is one of the biggest fighters I've ever met. And her soul is amazing, and the smile is beautiful for the beautiful face. So if you haven't favored her, please do so. But now we are going to welcome Mischievous in the box. And Mischievous, as I'm letting you in, I want to say thank you so very much for being here. I so appreciate you, and those blue eyes are going to kill me. I'm telling you. How are you?
Listen, famous first words I'm gonna drop here are, "You're the one cursing and I'm the one that's the rapper." You know, it's amazing to me. No, listen, we're all human beings. You know, sometimes it's difficult to control the mouth. I want to say first and foremost, thank you for having me on the show. I just recently was introduced to you. Hey, thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate it. I think we were supposed to face each other on the hot seat a couple weeks ago with Shotgun Joe, and it didn't end up happening. I want to say this is my first time tuning into your show, and I find it to be very uplifting, very positive, and I really enjoy the energy that's going on here and what you're bringing. And I just want to say, you know, to you know, the first guest that was in the box. F cancer, F cancer, F cancer. See, I can edit myself.
That's the first time I've done it on the show. I'm usually really good.
And you know, my heart goes out to you. Cancer has ravaged my family, has hit friends of mine. It is a horrible disease, and mind over matter is not to be underestimated. Okay, no matter what bad you're going through, if you have a negative attitude and you have a negative thought process, it's going to amplify the negativity that you're going through in your life. I'm a very positive person. That doesn't mean I'm naive to the troubles that life throws my way, because, you know, my girlfriend could back me on this. Just about anything that can go wrong does go wrong for me. And most of the time I sit there, I get frustrated for a few, and I'm just like, but what can you do, right? You know, bad-ish happens to good people, and good-ish happens to bad people. It's a mixed bag, this life of ours. You know, so it is what it is. But sorry, I talk a lot, if you haven't already told.
I love it. It's okay. We're good. We got till 11:15.
So,
well, 11:10, so I could do my closing.
okay. So I was checking out the format, and you are the interviewer, so I'll let you question me. Fire away.
Well, see, it goes both ways. So sometimes people just talk, and sometimes I'll ask questions. So I guess, why don't you tell them what you are interested in talking about, and then I'll think of the questions.
Well, I'll give you a little bit of background on myself. As you see in the name, I am mischievous, or mischievous, or however you want to say it. I've been called mysterious. I've been called a-hole. I've been called lots of things. But the
Fair.
RTRO in my name, people always say retro. I'm like, RTRO. If you look at my bio, it's real talk for real ones. And what that means is I stand on a platform, and this is not just some movement or something. This is just the way I really view things, is that no matter your color, your creed, your sexuality, your age, where you come from, irregardless, we support and uplift everybody in my streams. We support, call you a week. Okay. We support everybody in my streams, regardless of who you are. My family is very ethnically and diverse in so many ways. I was blessed with the opportunity to grow up to not have hatred for people based off of those things. And so, you know, RTRO just means everybody is welcome. My stream is safe. It's a haven for people, no matter what you're going through. I think it's very important to say. I'm proud of the fact that people stand behind that ideal. I am a spoken word poet, a lyricist, a rapper, a songwriter, and I want to say something. I'm listening to you say, "Hey, we're not therapists in here. We're not therapists in here. We're not therapists." However, in my day job, I'm a therapist. So,
Okay, well, I'm not therapist.
you do a really good job. I like the charisma. Hey, thank you. 3. See, I'm not number 1, so it was the wrong number. So I most recently was working as an addiction counselor. Addiction ravaged my family. I lost a younger brother to heroin a few years back, and that is what made me get into the field of working in addiction counseling. Thank you so much for the gift. You guys are so awesome. And before that, I spent 9 years working with those with mental disabilities as a case manager and a service coordinator and coaching Special Olympics, which is one of the biggest opportunities I had in my life. I got to take athletes to the national games in bocce. I coached bocce in football, and I got to take athletes there and watch them like just overjoyed as they took gold medals. It's like, so I think you can tell I'm very passionate about the things that I do and getting to engage with people. But the lesson I wanted to talk about today, it's kind of a blanket. It's not super focused, but it's something that is just a really positive message here. And, you know, I want to talk about the fact that, you know, I was raised in an environment that, although accepting of different races and diversity, you know, I'm the only one of my siblings that has 2 white parents. So I had a black stepfather. So I was, my family's from West Virginia. I'm from West Virginia. Love the Mountaineers here. My dad is from Buffalo, New York. So I got this, you know, like very blue collar upbringing on that side. My mom's from the country. My stepdad's from inner city Cleveland, you know, this big booming black man from inner city Cleveland. You know, he's who got me into playing sports. You know, he's the one who got me into the music. Although I love all music, he's the one who introduced me to Motown, to rap, to all of these things. And, you know, there was such diversity growing up there, but, you know, they had demons. And I saw a lot of abuse, you know, growing up. You know, we lived in poverty. We were very poor. I had a grandmother who thankfully, you know, spoiled me and adored me and loved me. She was my number 1, rest in peace. You know, we went through a lot of struggles due to that. I also had to encounter racism as a white person because of my siblings and because of my stepfather, which really gave me a unique perspective on things. But my stepfather, although, you know, he was a great man that taught me a lot, it was a very difficult relationship because him and my mother, you know, would abuse substances together at times. There would be a lot of abuse. You know, I had to save my mother from abuse at times, physical abuse, and I just as a little guy at the time, even though I'm, you know, pretty enormous now. And the thing is like it, you know, you see all these things. My mom would yell a lot. My stepdad was, you know, swing fists, you know, all these things. You know, there was such an opportunity for me to go the same path. You know, you could sit there and say, hey, this is what I saw. This is what I went through. And I'm going to be the same way because of this. But this is the lesson that I share with everybody. You have 2 options when you're going through a bad situation, especially when you're younger and you're learning these bad habits, these bad traits. You can choose number 1, to sit there and do the same things that you saw and use it as an excuse to be the same way. Or you can sit there and use it as a learning lesson. You take that rope and instead of you're hanging yourself with it, you use it to craft a ladder that you're going to use to crawl out of that hole. You're not going to use it as a crutch. You're going to decide that you're going to be different, that this is the stuff that you don't like, so this is the way that you don't want to be. Yes, be the change you want to see in the world, as stated by Mahatma Gandhi. Very great quote. I love that one. And so, you know, I decided, you know, and I had a temper when I was growing up because of all the things I saw and went through. And I'm not sitting here saying, "Oh, poor me, woe is me," because so many people have it worse than me. So many people. I was blessed with a lot of great things in my life. Okay, but I had a temper that I had to teach myself to get over. I had to teach myself. It doesn't mean I'm perfect. Far from it. I'm so flawed. But guess what? We're human beings. We're allowed to be flawed. But I learned that I'm never going to lay my hands on a woman. I'm never going to lay my hands on a child when I have one. I sit here and I try to lead with patience and understanding. I try to lead with patience and understanding. And I do get incredibly frustrated at times, especially when I feel misunderstood. I'm a Libra, so I'm about that balance and that justice. And I'm like, if I feel that somebody's misunderstanding me or stomping on me, I'm like, ah, you know.
Libra
like,
too.
I love passionately. And when it takes an enormous amount to get on my bad side. But when I hate, not really hate, but it's passionate as well. I do everything passionately. And I also want to say that through my unique upbringing, then this is an important one, especially to all the men in here, because you talk about self-care, mental health awareness, mental health awareness, mental health awareness, especially for men. Okay, let me say this.
Yes.
Men are an underserved population. Why? Because this is the other lesson learned that I was tying in. Men, especially in societies, because we're taught, that we have to be a certain way, right? We're taught to be a certain way. I'll tell you what. I cry on stream when I need to. I get mad on stream when I need to. I battle rap and destroy people when I want to. I freestyle. I show heart. I'm a lover, a fighter, all of that. And the thing is the person that inspired me the most as a writer and a poet and as an MC is Tupac. Why? Because he lived everything he was on camera, right? He was like, I'm a bad, I'm bad. I'm a thug. I'm a lover. I'm a politician. I'm an uplifter, right? He's a poet. He has a heart. And the thing is I'm the same way. My heart is on my sleeve, as they say. I said in the song, my heart is on my sleeve. It pump, it bleeds, right? You can see me bleeding, right? And the thing is I'm transparent. I don't hide myself from anybody. And men, you need to learn to recognize that it does not make you strong to wall yourself off. It doesn't make you strong to sit there and hide what you are. You can be tough and show resiliency and versatility and strength and all these things, right, by putting your heart out there. And the thing is, I've been hurt. I've been hurt. I've been verbally abused in relationships. I've been through all of these things, even in relationships with a woman. My last relationship was very abusive from her end. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that I'm out of it. And I found somebody that's amazing and wonderful now. Thank you, Meet Me app, because
right.
But they need to recognize that it is okay to be, the version of you that expresses your whole display, your whole range of emotions. You don't do yourself any favors. You do yourself a disservice, men, by acting like you gotta be this, version of tough that society put on you your entire life. I'm here to tell you, somebody challenge me. I'm tough. I'm tough. But if you sit there and see a tear come from me and think I'm not tough because of that, we can come to blows if we need to. But only if you're stepping on my family and friends, because say whatever you want to me.
Right. Well, and that's there. I think one of the biggest things that I preach to my stream, and I hope that if you've been around long enough, is I normalize different behaviors. We are not all happy 24/7. Okay, it is normal to be upset. It is normal to cry. It is normal to be angry. It is normal to get pissed off for no reason. I'm a middle-aged woman. I have got wackadoodle hormones all over the place. Okay, like it is okay for us to not be oh my god all the time. Like if that's all y'all see, I'm telling you that's not real, because all of us have ups and downs in life. And I want people, because you go into a lot of places and it's all happy and hee and life is great and picture perfect pictures of the family and the sunset and the this and the that, but you're not seeing the argument the family had prior to that picture. You're not seeing the tears that shed that night because it was a breakup after the sunset. You know what I'm saying? So we don't see the whole story ever, So it's really important for me to normalize that it's okay to feel all these different ways and for people to see it. It's okay.
I do want to say this isn't just a statement to men, but I'm speaking as an advocate for men because obviously, I'm a man and I understand that perspective. But women, need to feel all right to feel everything they're feeling too, obviously, and you women do, so.
do. We don't have a problem with feelings or emotions.
I think emotions need to be normalized across sexes. It doesn't need to be something that that is cordoned off or sectioned by what sex you are. It needs to be safe for everybody. Thank you. Men and women do need to feel vulnerable. You guys, there's a lot of great comments in here, and I'm sorry that I'm not seeing all of them because I got on my soapbox and I just went, man. I'm on a soapbox and then I turned that stuff into a soapbox derby car and went downhill at a fast speed. You know what I mean? This is what
normally I turn the comments off, but it's been really interactive with what you're saying. So I turned it off for a minute, but then you kept going. You read to the comments. I was like, it's got to go back on. But so I guess at what point in your life, or what was it that made you go, I'm not living the way that my parents lived? Was there like a specific moment that you realized that this is just not what you're doing?
Well, I can tell you that there were certain things. Excuse me, sorry. There were certain things that I recognized that I didn't like from the beginning. My mom's yelling, the abuse, etc. And I always recognized I didn't want to be that way. When I was 12, going on 13, I almost died at the hands of gun violence, and that, amongst a few other reasons, caused me to move in with my father. And when I had that opportunity to then be the only child instead of one of four, and to be away from Albuquerque, New Mexico, where we had relocated to, and be back in West Virginia, I had a lot of time to realize, how things could be calm, because my dad worked a lot. And when our interactions were not charged up like that, typically, and it made me recognize that I needed to, I needed to make sure I wasn't going to go down the path that I had seen in many ways. I truthfully, I always had a big mouth. I would get myself in trouble in school, being the clown and the entertainer and all that, go figure. Mischievous. There is a reason that's my name. And then I got myself in some trouble in college, with drinking, over drinking at times. And I want to say that I feel I dodged a bullet because addiction runs in my family, right? Addiction runs in my family. My mom is 15 years clean from crack cocaine. My brother unfortunately passed. Alcoholism runs in my grandmother's side of the family. Three of her four siblings died to alcohol abuse. I'm lucky to have never woke up and felt I needed to use a substance. I drink because I choose to, and when I do, it's normally controlled. But when I was younger, I didn't know how much was too much. So I got myself in my, typical partying, issues at West Virginia University, which was the #1 party school in the nation. So I was like, that taught me valuable lessons that I had to learn as well. I had to learn to watch my alcohol, because the things that you worked hard to overcome, you're not going to get through those when you're dumping alcohol on top of it, right? You're fueling that fire. They always say that if you drink or use substances, it's going to amplify whatever mood you're in when you do it. So people are like, I've had a bad day, or I'm pissed off, I'm going to go get drunk. Hey, that's the worst time to do it. The absolute worst time.
Yeah,
So I learned at an early age not to be a reflection of what I saw, but instead to just take it all in as a sponge, and then put back out what I want. Squeeze out the bad stuff and keep in the good, right? As much as possible, of course, because again, we're all human and we're all flawed. So
that's a lot to come up from, and to have such a positive mindset when you were through so much at such a young age, I don't even know what to touch on. My brain is processing like 50 different things, like the gun situation, the having the to deal with the racism at a young age. Like, I don't. How were you able to push through that with the kids and the bullies? I think that's you know, it's something that a lot of people, because I've obviously I've seen it, but I've not been in it, you know, so.
Well, I can tell you this, and this is something, you know, that is a learned. What I'm going to talk about here is this is a very important tool for people, and it is not something that you're born with. Some people are naturally better at it than other people, but this is an important tool to be able to learn, is the ability to be able to compartmentalize, right? And you don't want to compartmentalize to an excess, because if you get into overly doing that, sometimes you can't open back those boxes back up. But it's like the ability to take things and process them right and not let them completely bleed into everything else that goes on in your life. Like as a counselor, especially for addiction, you know, I'm dealing with a lot of heavy stuff with a lot of patients and an enormous amount of things. You can't take that home, right? You can't take that home. And I have a huge heart, so I'm like, sometimes you cry with patients. Sometimes, and people are like, that's not professional. So what? What made me a good counselor is that I did take it all personally. But I learned to take the things that I did and process them, try to process them in a way that I recognize not everything that happens over here is important to what's over here.
Right.
They're all important in here, but they don't need to like go into these other boxes. And so the ability to do that successfully, it's a learned ability. It really is. And some people will never get good at that because it's really, really hard. You're like, if I'm going through all this horrible ish over here, how can I not let it affect everything else? Yeah. It is a very, very conscious decision. And this does not apply to certain things, obviously, like, if you're sick and you're dealing with health issues and stuff like that, you can try to keep a positive mindset. But when you're feeling sick or your body's battered and ravaged all the time, that's a lot harder to get through. But, it's like somebody almost runs you off the road and stuff. And trust me, I can get road rage at times. It's like, my reactions are very temporary. It's like one big burst. It's like, and then it's like, and then it's done. It dissipates. It's over with,
Yeah.
Learning to recognize, let these things grow and show you. Again, I said like a sponge, you soak it all in and then you squeeze out what you don't want. And I say oftentimes to people that you can learn something from every person that you encounter on an everyday basis. So every person you cross paths with, from the cashier at the store, if you run into the mailman, thank you so much for the gifts. Anybody you run into, you can take something from them, and not every person you're going to take something positive from. This person, you may be like, wow, they just handled this situation like a real a-hole. And I don't want to handle it like that, because that person is looking like an idiot in public. And I don't want to be that idiot, right? So like, I'm not going to do it this way. Or somebody may be like, I really liked the way they worded that, the way they said it. I like that word. I'm going to steal it for myself. Some people give you huge lessons, you might hate what somebody shows you. You might love what somebody shows you, but allow yourself to really be, as much as possible, maybe not a blank canvas, but always make sure there's room on that canvas for other people to paint. Okay? Because other people are going to provide benefit to your life in ways that you can't even imagine.
Yeah.
You say you gain so much from this app. I gain so much from this app. I tell people all the time, when you come into my stream, people thank me for advice and love. I say, thank you. Because why? Y'all fill my cup. Y'all fill my cup. This does something for me. Yeah. Streaming does something for me. It ain't about no diamonds. Diamonds are a necessary evil. You give me diamonds so I can give them back to other people. People that I don't care about that. I want your time. I want your input. I want to learn from you. I want to help you. I want you to enjoy my music. I want to enjoy your talents, your skills, your advice, your word, your life experiences. Like, to me, you really just have to learn to open yourself up. Yeah. Learn to open yourself up. And like I said, it just because I'm smiling and I'm positive and I'm happy and I'm upbeat doesn't mean that's all it is. Like I said, we can laugh together and we can turn around and cry together. When you come in, you're like, I need help and this is my bad day. All right, pause. Let's put the laughter aside for a second. Let's cry together. Then we can pick the laughter back up. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm loving the vibe here, man. You're good. Your soul is pure. I can feel it.
Running over my heart with the
Running over my heart, he said. Woo!
Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys, seriously,
So I have one more question for you, and then we'll get into a little bit about like your streaming stuff. How do you reflect on your feelings now?
You know, in lots of different ways. If I can leave, you know, one more important piece of advice besides the compartmentalizing is, as a therapist and just as a human being, you know, one thing that I encourage everybody to do is to write. And it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a writer. You don't have to feel you're a skilled writer, whatever. Take out a pen and a piece of paper. Take out a crayon and construction paper. Take out whatever you have. It doesn't matter. Just don't write in blood, because that would be kind of bad. Okay. We're not trying to contact demonic forces here. Writing is therapeutic. Yes, it is. Listen, y'all, take it out and write it. Even if it's a brain dump, just write mindlessly. It doesn't have to have an end going point. It doesn't have to have anything. You sit there, whether you write poetry, whether you write music, whether you're just brain dumping. And a lot of people, you take it and you just burn it afterwards, right? Or you rip it up if it's something negative, or you keep it there. Another great thing, daily positive affirmations. Let me tell you, this works for people going through anything. If you wake up daily, like first thing you get in the morning, you're having your coffee or you're grabbing whatever you're doing, whatever, taking your dog out, write three positive things. And anytime, keep them with you. Take them in your car with you, take them wherever, you know, keep a little book. Anytime you're feeling down or you're feeling angry or whatever, you take it out, you read those three things, you read them over a couple times, you put it back away. Okay. I recommend that to lots of people. I reflect on things through my writing, through my poetry, through my music. And I also reflect on them just by being transparent and talking about it. I'm not afraid to talk about anything. I don't care. And the thing is, because if you judge me based off of what I'm talking about, if you judge me because I'm oversharing, that's your problem. That's not mine. Because I guarantee there's more people that are going to take benefit from that. Hopefully, I hope, then are going to like be angry about it. If you're angry about somebody sharing and doing whatever, ask yourself, why are you so angry? Why? What are you upset about? Like that somebody is sitting there and is able to talk about it? Like, you talk about, the problem is that we don't think we can talk about it, whatever it is. And this is why mental health. And I will help. Or you can come by my stream when I stream, although I only stream once a week. And like, you can do it. People are here. People will listen to you. Yeah. How do you reflect? You reflect by putting it down in paper, or by putting it out in words, right? And you just don't hold it up. You don't hold it all in. It festers. It will eat you alive. It'll eat you alive from inside. And that's what you have to avoid. Thank you guys, all of you, so much for the gifts.
For those of you guys just tuning in, this is Mischievous. I'm Silly Lily, and you are watching Lessons Learned. You missed OG Lucky's amazing message on staying strong and positive and fighting through some things that some of us couldn't imagine. And with Mischievous, we're just, this is like a whole slew of just positive vibes. Just be positive. Positivity breeds positivity, and negativity breeds negativity. You know, yes. I guess tell us, when do you stream? What will we find in your stream?
Hey, thank you all again. Okay, so currently right now and most times, you can find me on once a week, every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. And I typically blast out if it's going to be a little bit later. I run what's known as Wordsmith Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern time, Wordsmith Wednesday. It is a non-competitive open mic for anybody with any talents, whether it's poetry, whether it's singing, whether you're a musician, whether you're a rapper. We've had ventriloquists, harmonica players, we've had voice impressionists, magicians. it doesn't matter if you're a sculptor or an artist and you want to come and show off your stuff. If you want to come plug yourself, you can absolutely do that. We mostly focus on the performance art aspect of it, but a lot of people who have never read before or just want to try it out or something, come and experience their first time in the Boxer, because it's a very, very supportive, low-key environment where everybody is welcoming and supportive. So that's Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Wordsmith Wednesday. You'll find me streaming at random other times, and you'll find me here and there on a lot of people's shows, rapping and performing and freestyling and stuff.
I've got you on my talent list. Don't worry, I'll be reaching out to you soon.
That's what we do. And if I could just leave one final thing is, as I appreciate you so much for what you're doing with this show here. And I appreciate all of you all in the comments, every gift, every kind word, every bit of participation while I'm here running my mouth incessantly. You guys,
it's great.
Means a lot. And she's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Again, if you guys are just tuning in, this is Mischievous. You can hop out. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate you. You're amazing. And I definitely will be coming to visit you. And I hope you guys favorite him and come visit too. That's the new do. Hello?
I'm sorry. I forgot this. I almost forgot this.
Oh, what?
I love you, Jurassic Peach. I'm so happy you're here visiting me from Canada. Thank you to the Meet Me Gods.
Oh my God! Is Jurassic Peach is that the girlfriend? Is that what I'm guessing? Yeah. Oh, congratulations! Blech. Relationships. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love you guys. Like, feelings. Yeah. All right, you guys. So if you're just tuning in, I'm wrapping up another amazing episode of Lessons Learned. I'm Silly Lily. You missed Mischievous and you missed OG Lucky. Favored them both. Like, honestly, I am so happy right now. Like, I have got so much positive vibes running through my body. I can't even sit still. Like, so I got to hurry up and end this because all right. So hold on. I picked out a few of these. Okay. Here we go. This is going to be our Q&Q for next week. You guys ready? Actually, that's what I'll do last. I forgot to tell you. So tonight, hold on, really quick. Tonight, 9 p.m. is my 13 Milli party. We got DJ J Ruckus in the house. He'll be DJing from, I think I'm going to have him start at like 9:10 to 10. And Frankie Jr., Lil Frankie Jr., for those of you that don't know her, she will be singing a couple songs for me for my Milli party tonight as well. Thank you so much for all the gifts, you guys, and all the favorites. I so appreciate and love all of you. But yeah, Frankie's going to be singing. She said she would yesterday. Booyah was there, I do believe. So Frankie's going to be, you guys, she is amazing. I know there's 2 songs that she wrote, and then she sings for fun. It's the song Frankie-licious. And I am in love with her voice. I can't. Okay. Her battle is at 10:15. I don't remember when OG Lucky's is. My battle tonight, where you gift 5s. My God. Whoa! Thank you. Wow. Okay, back on track. Get back on track. Okay, so tonight, 9 p.m., 13 Milli party. 10 o'clock is OG Lucky. 10:15 is Lil Frankie. And my battle royale, you gift 5s. It can be beach balls. It can be iced teas, playlists, stars. But you can only gift 5s or I get eliminated, okay? Is tonight at 10:30. This is huge. It's just because it's more to build community than it is to do diamonds. So this way it's more about the fun, and it's going to be who has the most people banging the 5s, you know, versus who's getting the big dragons. It's like a finger game, you know, like, You know, so that's why it's because it's not, people think that this is always just about diamonds, but a lot of it's about community and reaching out and bringing people into your support group. 1111 Make-A-Wish if you're in Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, it's not supposed to break you. It's supposed to bring us together, have a good time, and just rock out, man. Like, y'all, so then let's see, I've got Sunday, I'm on D'Angelo's show. What, I'm missing something. Oh, I am in next month. I'm in an air guitar competition with MK down there. And then what else? What am I missing? I think that's all I'm missing. My calendar's over there, and I didn't want to be rude to go get it. Okay. So now we're going to just go ahead and we're going to do, the Q&Q. I know I have that. Oh, House of Honeys. Thank you, Kitty. I told you I was missing something. July 30th, 9 p.m., my stream. If you're newer to the streaming world and you have questions, or you're experienced, or you're just a gifter, if you have a big floppy head, here, mine's right here. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm not supposed to leave the screen, but I just want to give you an example because, I mean, you could do a bucket, you could do whatever, but if you've got like a cute little hat like this, you just put it on and you get in the box, and then we talk for a few minutes, and then then you get put into what's called the House of Honeys or the House of Hunks. Okay. And here's why that's important, because there are tons of people in this, and we're experienced and non-experienced. So if you have questions, if there's something that goes on in your stream, if you're running into an issue, I mean, literally anything about the streaming world, we can help you. And it's not just one person. When I started streaming, I wish that I had had a group of people to converse rather than just one person, because I made some mistakes listening to the wrong people. Okay. So this gives you the chance to get help for anything from a number of people. It's advice, it's experience, it's all kinds of stuff. Okay. So if you're newer to the streaming world, hit me up with the favorite. Let me know. We're going to get you into the House of Honeys on the 30th. Okay. We would love to have you guys. It's all about building community. And this is something Kitty Commander started, and Kitty Commander is amazing. So if you don't have her favorited, you're a dingaling. I'm just saying, do it now, please. And thank you. Okay. So this is going to be at the end of the show. I'm going to read this quote and this question, and we will answer it at the beginning of next Friday. Okay. This is, what we know what we are, but know not what we may be. Describe yourself in one word. Don't answer now. Don't answer now, but read it one more time. We know what we are, but know not what we may be. Describe yourself in one word. All right, guys, you've just watched Lessons Learned. I am Silly Lily. You missed 2 amazing messages from Mischievous and OG Lucky, but it is now time for me to sign out, you guys. So remember, I love you, I believe in you, and never, ever, ever give up on your dreams. And I will see you next Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much for all the gifts, the favorites, and for being here. I love you all so much. Mwah, 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 mwah. Bye.